All right. Giba majesta. So please take your seats. Starting here quick. All right. Take your seats. Kamat majesta, no? I'll ask you, who had only 1 hour sleep? Who's tired? I got bad news for you. We're still here for another 5 hours. Just kidding, just kidding. Yeah, just kidding. Settle down. Won't take long. Well, probably another hour or so. Try to stay awake. Look at it this way. Now your sleep is going to be fixed. How's your first day though? Miyasen, miyasen. Once we have time, we'll bring everybody, like anybody that wants to do a quick talk on the mic, want to say a few words for anybody, we'll do it when we have time. So just flip up your hand. Kadibas na, if you want to say a few words. Kista, your voices, your concerns, your voice matters. What you guys really want. And if this conference or this event is what you want, so just keep expressing it. And we'll leadership this point, put it out there. Kista mamigat. Kay uyot siya ngitan. We're very rich. We have a rich culture, rich language, migat. Who can do, I'll ask you, which of you can do what Magoo does? Huh? Can you do what Magoo does? Or Nipisco? Or Tammy Ray? Can you do what she does? Those are the questions. That's the questions we want to put out there. Life's not a race. We're not trying to be the same person as these folks here, sharing their skills and knowledge. Maga, you can be your own person, write your own story, your own path. Magigwa. Wista ako ta. Kito team no. Let's give him a. Today and tomorrow are going to be the longest days. So we're trying to keep on schedule. You've been doing very well. Thank you very much. Give yourselves a hand. And give a warm welcome for Okima and Brett Musa.
I need everybody in the building to make some noise. I don't know, my brother. I think they can do better than that. I said I need everybody in the building to make some noise. There you go. That's what I want to hear. I need that energy, man. I need each and every one of you guys to tap in with us right here, right now. Little Red River Cree Nation, if you're proud to be Indigenous, I need you guys to make some noise. Who knows Mr. Brett Moussoir? I said, who knows Mr. Brett Moussoir? I'm going to tell you guys a little bit, man. We have the privilege to be able to travel across Canada into the United States. And what we do is we tell our stories in a motivational way. What we want to do is potentially be that spark in each and every one of you to potentially light the flame that is waiting to be lit. Because each and every one of you has the power to transform your lives, but it's only going to be up to you. So we come to your community to tell you guys a little about us, how we transformed into who we are today, because the goal is to become the best version of yourself. And I'm proud to say that I come in here in your community in an authentic, loving way. So if you're ready to have a good time tonight, I need you guys to scream.
All right. Thank you, brother. Thanks for yelling at everybody right now. How you guys doing? Can you guys hear me? Yeah? Should I tone it down a little bit? Hey, drop the voice. Call in the Eagles right here, eh? That's good. How many of you guys have TikTok here? Or Facebook, Instagram, all that kind of stuff? Yeah? Pretty much all of you guys, eh? So you guys know kind of who I am here? A little bit? Yeah? No? Okay, well, even if you guys don't know, I'm going to let you guys know what our mission is. And our mission is literally breaking cycles of like everything that's in our lives and everything. And that's how I became the person I am to this day. It's breaking the cycles in my life so that I can create a success in all aspects of my life. When it comes to social media in particular, that's only one aspect of the way that I put myself out for healing. All right? So we're going to get into this a little bit, all right? I'm going to get into my content creation. I'm going to get into my acting, my modeling, everything. I'm going to give it to you guys all. And so one thing led to another back in 2020. How many of you guys remember back when COVID times hit and everybody had to stay home? Yeah? Pretty much all of us, right? So it was during this time when I realized that our people, we still love to laugh, right? We still like to joke around, but we couldn't do that when everybody was just at like home, not doing anything, right? So one of the things that I realized is that, okay, one of the gifts that I have is to make comedy skits. And this little device here that everybody has, this little thing, this thing literally changed the trajectory of my entire life. I didn't have any fancy cameras or like anything. It literally came from this little thing. And I'm going to tell you guys that just being yourself and putting yourself out there when it comes to little devices just like this, I'm telling you, it can do wonderful things for yourself, wonderful things for your career. Because I'm going to tell you guys that even before I was a content creator, I was a tradesman. That means I was like working out in the bushes, carrying like logs and everything. I used to chop wood and like all that kind of stuff. I still do. But I used to be a chainsaw operator. That was one of my tasks for the work that I've done. And this job, this work ethic that I created over years and like years of just doing my tradesman work literally transferred over to what I do now, because I do everything to the fullest. I put my heart, soul into everything that I do. And this is what I want for each and every single one of you is to realize the gifts that you guys have and the gifts that you guys can utilize in your own community here in Little Red. You guys have so many gifts available to you guys, and the one thing that I'm so honored to do is to share my story, share aspects of my life in hopes that it can bring inspiration to each and every single one of you guys here, because you guys all have gifts. You guys are all valued, and you guys are all worthy. How many of you guys know that you guys are loved? You guys are loved. Each and every single one of you. If you don't feel that now, I'm going to make sure that towards when we're done our set here, you guys are going to feel this energy. You guys are going to feel this overwhelming sense of love and joy where you can just be yourself. I'm telling you guys, being yourself, being your authentic person, like my brother said, being your authentic self literally can show other people around you, that's your friends included, and they're going to be like, wow, this person's being themselves, and that's exactly what I want to do. Be myself in every possible scenario. And so for myself, when COVID hit, I was like, okay, I still want people to laugh. I want people to heal, because laughter is medicine. How many of you guys know laughter is medicine? We do it every day, right? We laugh with our friends. And what does it do for us? It literally lifts our spirits up, right? It makes us start to feel good about how we start to feel, all right? So when COVID hit, and all of a sudden, I grabbed my phone and I was like, I want to make people laugh still. So I started to make videos of myself, and maybe some of you guys seen them online. But my first video that ever went viral, it was called "Using Your Indigenous Voice." I had no idea that this video was even going to blow up, but I'm telling you that there's people in this world that think, and I'm going to be honest with you guys here, there's a lot of people in this world that think we don't exist. They think that we're dead. How do I know this? Because when I posted my first video, the comments and the DMs that I was getting from hundreds of people were saying, man, I thought you guys were dead. I thought you guys were extinct. I thought you guys were in the past. And that made me think, I was like, man, how can people out there think that we ain't still here? You guys touch your guys' faces, feel yourself, breathe. We're still here, right? We're still here. We're still sitting here. Everybody's greasy, right? We're still here. We're still here. And so the fact that people out there think that we ain't, what does that tell them about our communities? What does that say about the intergenerational trauma that we're coming out of? What does that say to them? To them, it doesn't say anything because they think that we're dead. They think that we ain't here. So one of the things that I wanted to do for myself was to put myself out there as an introvert, as somebody that always did this his entire life. This. Never wanted to be seen, just wanted to hide. Right? That was exactly me. I was an introvert. So the thing that I needed to accept was, as an introvert, I need to do extroverted things, putting myself out there, because I know our people need to be seen. All of you need to be seen. So I started to post videos, and then when my videos started to go viral, and all of a sudden there was hundreds of thousands of people that were following my content from around the world. And it all started on TikTok. I was just in the gym, and during 2020, when TikTok was like first starting out, I had no idea what even TikTok was. I was just in like the gym working out, and one of my bros said, "Hey, bro, you should start making videos and start putting them on the TikTok." And I was like, I don't know what that is. As soon as I downloaded the app and I put it on my phone, and I was looking at everything on this app, and all it was like this. It was just a bunch of people. It was just a bunch of kids, and they were dancing. And I was like, I can't do that. I was like, but one thing that I know how to do is I know how to mimic cadences. I know how to change the cadence of my own voice. I know how to lower it. I know how to make it go high, and now sometimes I can even do it, right? Like, I can do a lot of things with my voice, so I started to do that in my videos. What's up, brother? Oh, okay, well, settle down. Okay, but as my videos started to like gain a bigger audience, I still wanted to put myself out there because I know our people need to be seen. Because now people weren't saying, "I thought you were dead." Now they were saying, "Oh, what's your language? What's your treaty? Where are you from?" Now they were asking the right questions. Now they were asking who our people are and where we're coming from. Now they know our communities. Now they know what our people are about. Because I wanted to change this stereotype, because the only reason why I started to, start to use a lot in that indigenous voice and everything. The only reason why I started to do that was because I seen it in the movies. I seen it on TV shows, and I was like, man, so many people believe that we only existed in the past. Adam Beach said it best. He said that they only like us in the 1800s. And I didn't know what that meant when I seen it on an interview. But as soon as I started putting my content out, everybody was saying the same thing. I thought you guys existed in the past. And that's when I finally knew what he was talking about. So it lit a fire underneath me where I was like, okay, I want to push myself out more because we need to be seen. So the more videos I started to do, the more my audience grew. until one thing led to another. And not only did I become a content creator where hundreds of thousands of people were viewing my stuff, but all of a sudden it led me to this position where I started my acting career. How many of you guys know who Emma Stone is? Emma Stone? If you guys don't know who she is, if you guys ever seen like La La Land, or who here has ever seen like Spider-Man 2? Okay, so Spider-Man 2, so you know that girl with the blonde hair, Gwen Stacy? That's Emma Stone. All right, so this story that I'm gonna get into now is I got reached out by a director by the name of Nathan Fielder. He's a Canadian actor, bunch of stuff anyways, but he asked me to audition for this role called Brett Minnie. And this character was so different from the beginning, but once I put my audition out there, all of a sudden he was like, hey, let's hop on a Zoom call and talk about this character. And so the very next day, we hopped on a call with me, myself, the director, and the producer. Once I got onto the Zoom call, all of a sudden they were like, hey, we actually know your content, and we know what you're about. Can we take a little bit of that, of what you do, and put it into this TV show that we're doing? And that took me by surprise, because I had no idea that they even knew who I was, let alone my content. But here they were asking for exactly that. So I was just like, man, this is already in my wheelhouse. I can do this. I can act. And so they not only asked me to act in this show, but they asked me, do I write dialogue? And I was like, yes, that's what I do with all of my videos. So I wrote out my own dialogue for my character, and I handed it in, and they were like, this is amazing, we can use this. So not only did I get to act on this show with Emma Stone, but I got to literally write my character's dialogue in this show. So I had writing credits on this show. And as a debut, as an actor, to be acting alongside Emma Stone, I'm gonna tell you guys, the second scene that I've ever done with her, this is how it kind of went down. So I was confident. I was just like, man, I wrote this, so I'm gonna nail this, right? So here was Emma Stone standing over here. I was supposed to be this stoic guy that was standing over here. So I was just like this. They were like, action, and I was like. I stood there for about 20 seconds for like, man, because like I had to yell cut. I was the person. I was like, oh, sorry guys, cut. And so it took me 9 takes just to get this turn right, just to do that. Because I'm telling you guys, as soon as I seen Emma Stone there, this Academy Oscar-winning actress standing across from like me, it took me by surprise, because all of a sudden I was intimidated. All of a sudden I felt like I didn't belong to be there. Ain't that crazy? Even though I was there, even though I was the actor in front of her, all of a sudden it felt like I didn't belong to be there. And this is what the imposter syndrome does to us, is that it makes us feel like we don't belong in positions where we literally put ourselves in positions of success. So there was me being terrified that I was standing next to Emma Stone, and I was so scared that I couldn't even say my own words. But one thing led to another, and they guided me through this process where it was okay. And we finally got a scene where I got to share none other, just me, myself, and Emma Stone. We got to do a take, and maybe down the line, maybe tomorrow, I can share this, because we're going to be doing workshops tomorrow, and I can share with you guys some of these videos and some of these things that I've done, and get into the nitty-gritty detail of everything. All right, okay? So this was my first debut as an actor. I got it done. I was so proud of it afterwards. But I'm telling you guys, that imposter syndrome, it really does something to our mental health, because even then, even after I experienced this amazing experience, I had no idea. I was just like, oh man, I feel like I can't promote that. I feel like this doesn't even belong to like me. Even though I was part of it, I felt like it didn't belong to like me. So I always did this my whole entire life. Maybe some of you guys can't see it in the back, but I'm taking off of my shoes. I'm gonna make it stinky. But I grabbed my shoes and I took them off, and my whole entire life I took my shoes off. Even though it was me walking in those shoes, I stopped myself and I was like, oh wait, somebody else can do it better than me. I'm going to take these shoes off, and whoever is around me, they can walk in these shoes better. Somebody can do it better than even I could. I was literally just taking the confidence away from myself and not accepting the things that I've done in this life, not accepting like this role and as a content creator, not accepting that and saying somebody else can do it better. So I would always do this, not accepting that. But one of these things, I have 2 kids of my own, and they're probably a lot older than a lot of you here. They're 16 and 17 years old. They ain't kids anymore. They're teenagers. I was literally a kid having kids because I had my first kid when I was 17, right? So I'm saying this, and I'm giving you guys this info because I have kids of my own. So what am I saying to them and to myself when I take off these shoes and my kids are literally watching me take these shoes off? Is it going to make them want to pursue their careers, or is it going to make them want to take a step back and say, well, if my dad's doing that, I don't need to do that too? I took a step back because I want my kids to thrive. I want my kids to be in a position where they can create success for themselves too. So what was I saying when I was taking my shoes off and looking at my kids and saying, yeah, that's for somebody else? I had to stop myself and think of everybody else, and that's including you, all of you here, and say, what am I showing the youth in our communities if I'm not accepting this role, this position that I put myself in, this position that I work so hard to be in? What am I saying to all of our youth if I'm always taking my shoes off? I was like, nah, I can't do that anymore. I have a position, I have healing that needs to go throughout and needs to build still. So I'm going to put my shoes back on just so it doesn't stink in this building here. But I put my shoes back on, and I finally accepted this role and this career and this trajectory that I had no idea was even going to be part of my life. Because like I said, I was an introvert. I was a person that stuttered. I was a person that if you came and asked me for like my name, I wouldn't be able to talk because it would take me 15 minutes to say, hello, my name is Brad Muswa. I'm from Makwasagagan First Nation, located in Saskatchewan. That would have took me 15 minutes. But I'm telling you guys, one of the challenges that I had to overcome was literally speaking. And this is what I'm doing now. This was the challenge that I had to step up to. This is hard. And a lot of people don't realize that sharing your story, sharing your vulnerabilities, that's a hard thing to do. It was so hard for me not to overcome that stuttering. But the challenge to accept those positions, because I had to say to myself, if I'm going to overcome this stuttering, I'm going to need to share my story as authentically as I possibly can, as raw as I possibly can, regardless of how I sound, because I want to get over this. I don't want to be a person that's hindered by this inability to not speak about the things that he's been through. Because I'm a res kid myself. I was born in Makwasagagan. I was born in Mooseman. I was born in these areas where a lot of our positions of careers we weren't able to thrive in. But here now, as a person who's been doing this now for 6 years of doing videos, acting, modeling. Oh yeah, I didn't even get to modeling that. So who here likes modeling or designing? Yes, some of you. Okay, so two years ago, I went to Portland, Oregon. I'm not sure if you guys know where this is, but it's in the United States. And I went out there to support a friend in her career, right? So I was out there, and I wasn't even gonna model, but they came and asked me, hey, do you want to hop into these clothes and see how it is walking on that runway? So one thing led to another, and then all of a sudden I found myself, just. Right? Doing all of that. I found myself doing all of that. And it was so weird for me because I'm telling you guys, again, I was a scared kid myself. But every time I'm challenged with something like that, I'm thinking about not only myself, I'm thinking about my kids. I'm thinking about our youth. And I'm saying, what am I doing if I'm not stepping up to this plate and saying I could do this too? Because if I could do this too, guess what, guys? You can do this too, but even better. even better. Because as far as my career has been in this social media scene, guess what? If you step up to this plate now, if you recognize the abilities and outlets that you guys have, you guys can do this so much better than even I can. Because here I am. I'm somebody who's breaking cycles literally of addictions in his own life. I used to dabble in alcoholism and like drug addiction. I used to dabble in all of that. And these are these things all alcohol ever did for like me, and that's including drugs. All it ever did for me was keep everything numb inside. It was making me unable to deal with those traumas and pains that many of us go through on a daily basis. I struggle with my mental health. I struggle with all of that. But in saying that, I'm not saying this now. The only reason why I talk about my traumas and pain now is because I don't live there anymore. Not up here. I don't live in the past anymore. I don't consider myself a victim like I used to growing up. I consider myself a conqueror. I consider myself a successor. This is exactly what our ancestors wanted. Our ancestors believed in you guys so much that your education, they believed that our people should be educated just as well as anybody else, that it was literally written in our treaty rights. It's your treaty right to be educated. It's your treaty right to expand to all aspects of your career path, whichever that is. But whatever your career is, your ancestors literally wrote those in the treaties. They prayed about this. They smudged about it. They did everything in their power to realize your guys' dreams and to make that a thing to come true. Because I'm my ancestors' dream, just like all of you are. We are what our ancestors literally prayed about. This next generation coming up, that's you guys that I'm talking about. It's you guys that are gonna be that game changer, that cycle breaker. That's gonna carry on this tradition of healing. That's what it is. You guys are gonna carry on this whole thing, and this community, this beautiful community that we're in now, you guys are literally going to change the trajectory of where it's like going. You guys are going to be that difference. You guys are going to take it and run with this. And I'm telling you, guys, I always consider it like this. I see lighthouses everywhere that I go, and I see lighthouses now. How many of you guys know what a lighthouse is? It's literally a beacon that boats find in the dark when they're lost at sea or in a lake, right? That's what it is. So all of you are lighthouses for the lost. All of you are lighthouses and beacons of hope, literally being built up. Your lighthouses are being built up as we speak. So I encourage each and every single one of you to look inside of yourselves and realize the gifts that you have. Whatever that is, I don't know, you and Creator do. But whatever those outlets are, you guys need to use those to the best of your ability, because I used my outlet and it took me to a place where all I was doing was using this little phone and saying, I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to create bids where people can laugh and like everything. I'm going to tell you guys this. When I was in a place, I was in a small town, and there was this little old lady that was walking out in front of me, right? And she kept looking back at me. She was like that and everything. And just like me thinking like the other thing, I thought was like, oh, maybe she has a stereotype towards me. I have no idea. But she kept looking back, right? And she kept doing that, walking to her vehicle. I thought I was scaring her, but she stopped herself, and then she was like, a hoe, right? And I was like, what did you call? I was like, what did you say? Ooh! No, I didn't do any of I didn't do that. But when she said, a hoe, right? I was like, thank you, right? Because, but she recognized me because of the videos that I put out. I had no idea that my audience was carried over not only by our people here, but across other generations. Because I'm telling you, she was like 80 years old, but she recognized me from my videos. But I'm telling you guys that you guys don't need to be a content creator to make a difference. You guys don't need to get into social media to make a difference. But what that difference is, it's going to start inside of yourself. That difference is going to start with you. That chain breaking, that where you have to do the hard work for yourself, it needs to start with you. because it started with me. It unfortunately didn't start with my dad or even my own parents, but that healing started with me. When my son was being born, I'm gonna tell you guys this because this is such a powerful moment for like me, where it helped me recognize my abilities in myself, and that ability, which we all have, it's love, right? So when my son was being born, I was there holding his his mom's hand. I was like, "Come on, babe, push," right? Like I was doing all of that, and then this doctor was like, "Hey, do you want to come back over here and see what's I'm going on?" So I was like, all right then. So I went behind this veil, and I was like, "Oh, geez, this is a different view," because I was watching my son come into this world, and this is what scared me though. As I was watching my son come into this world, all of a sudden I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel any love. I didn't feel any type of sadness, but I didn't feel anything, and that scared me. I was like, I'm a father, literally, to this boy that's coming out, and I don't feel anything. I grew up with daddy issues, where my father wasn't present in my life. So one of the things that scared me was oh geez, I was like, is this how my dad felt about me? Did he just not have enough love to want to be part of these moments where he could be proud of the things that were happening in his kid's life? I took a step back, because as soon as my boy came into this world, he came out crying. And as soon as he got placed on his mom's chest, he opened up his eyes and he stopped crying. And he was looking around. And as soon as he made eye contact with me, that's when all of a sudden I started to cry. Snot bubbles, everything. I was like, right? I was just doing all of that, and I was crying because all of a sudden it was in this very moment where I got filled with this abundance of love that I didn't even know existed in myself. All of a sudden I was like, man, this boy is gonna live a life. His home is going to be a safe space. How his living condition is going to be, I'm going to make sure that this boy is going to grow up blessed. And sure enough, I'm telling you, all of you here, my son wants to do exactly what I do. And this is a blessing. This is a cycle that my son's literally breaking with me, because I'm telling you, guys, I didn't want to be anything like my father, because my father wasn't, he has a lot of undealt with issues that he still deals with. And I didn't want to be anything like that, because I want to hold myself accountable and say, hey, I have a lot of inner child work to deal with. And so my son said, no, Dad, I want to be exactly like you. I'm proud to be your son. My son says this to me. And this is the thing, is that I want my kids to talk to me about anything. How many of you guys are kind of shy or scared to sometimes use your guys' voices because you're scared about who's around you? Maybe some of us, right? Sometimes we get scared, but I'm telling you guys, this literally, just speaking about these things that you've been through, speaking about these, speaking success into your life literally changes your life. And so moving forward, when you speak life into your existence, success is going to come there. Love is going to be present. Speaking life into yourself. Instead of speaking things like, I can't do it. But yes, you absolutely can. Take a big, deep breath right now. And then release. You guys smell all of that garlic and garlic and bologna filling this gym now? No, but just like doing that though, just breathing in, that's life going into you. That's life going into you, because each breath is a gift of life from Creator. That's a gift of life coming into you. So each time you guys take a breath, this is what helped me realize it helps me every day to realize that each breath that I take, it's a breath from Creator. So it's sacred. It means my mission isn't done. It means I'm still here. So if I'm still breathing, it means that my healing and the healing that I can give to each and every single one of you, it's still a mission, and we're still doing it. So if you can take a breath and realize that you're still here, give yourself a little pat on the back and touch your face and everything, and realize that your body is still here. And if you're still able-minded, and if you can take a breath, you still have a mission to not only love yourself, but love everybody around you, because love is the game changer. Love literally changes hate that we grew up with. It's that love And love is something that we all need to connect with, and it all starts with being yourself. Being yourself, and that's this hard thing. That's hard for a lot of us to get through, right? Being yourself. So how do you do that? How do you do that when you're surrounded by everybody where you're too scared to even speak up? I literally grew up as that shy kid who never wanted to say anything, because if I did speak up, I was gonna stutter, and I was so scared of that. But as I needed to realize that I have a gift, I have a gift to realize that my story, that my voice, it's powerful. Your voice, your story, it's powerful, and it needs to be heard. My voice needed to be heard. Yours does too. How do I know this? How do I know it? How do I know that all of our voices are powerful? Because when I started putting my content out, all of my viral videos, everybody, I was literally getting DMs of I was getting messages of everybody around the world, and they were saying this to me. They were like, hey, I was about to hurt myself, but literally watching your video changed the trajectory of where I was going with this. So it stopped me from hurting myself. And this is only one outlet that I utilize, and I had no idea that my videos were helping people and they were saving people's lives. I had no idea. But this is the work that needs to be done. I had to realize, okay, this is a gift. And if people can laugh and not take things so seriously, especially with themselves, and if they can take a deep breath and say, I am loved, I am healing, and I'm a blessing. I am not a curse, I am a blessing. That's what I say to myself. I used to think of myself as a burden. I used to think of myself as a heavyweight or like stuff like that, but I am not. I am a blessing. My kids are a blessing. And then all of a sudden, I found myself, as soon as I started doing modeling was something I never thought myself ever doing. But here I was. And I'm going to tell you guys this story. I was in New York for the New York Fashion Week. This is a big, prominent event, but I was out there, and I'm gonna let you guys know this too. So I was just I was walking on the street, going to this event, and I was just wearing like a sweater, wearing like jeans and like everything, and they came up to me and they were like, "Hey, do you want to MC this event?" And I was like, "Why are you guys asking me? Like, look at what I'm wearing." Everybody that was walking into this venue was like wearing like tuxes and dresses and like everything, right? I was like, "Are you sure?" They're like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Hey, can you highlight some of the things that we had to go through to get to where we are now?" The first thing that came to my mind that I got to share with people from Paris and France and like all these places, right? I got to share this with them. One of the things that I realized, and this was true for my community especially, was that back in the early 1900s, before you got to leave anywhere, you needed to sign a permission slip to just to say that you're going from A to B, which is right? So you had to get that signed, and if you didn't, you weren't allowed to leave. I got to share that aspect in New York. I didn't need to sign a permission slip just to go out there. Now we can go anywhere we want. Because I was out there at New York Fashion Week watching models and designers literally strut their stuff in an environment where not too long ago we weren't allowed to even be in, but there they were showcasing themselves, being empowered and loving themselves to the point where everywhere that they walked and everything, they walked in confidence. They walked with purpose. And this is what I want all of us to accept, to walk in that light, to walk in that confidence, walk in that purpose of who you are. And whoever you are, like I said, only you and Creator know, but you have outlets. And I'm so adamant about us utilizing our outlets. So what is your outlet? Is it to dance, right? Is it to sing? Whatever it is, what's your outlet? Because I guarantee you, as soon as you utilize that outlet, that skill set that you have, you're gonna go you're gonna go to places that you didn't even dream you can go to. Because I was in New York, never thought I would even be there. let alone even MC the event, but there I was dressed in my grubby clothes amongst so many people that were so dolled up, but they asked me, hey, come and share a little bit, share some aspects of what we had to go through. We don't need to sign permission slips to go anywhere. We can just leave, right? We can go wherever we want and everything. So I was out there being blessed in this moment and being so proud that we don't have to live in that kind of environment anymore. The government, places like that, they don't hold us back anymore. I'm going to tell you guys, the thing that holds us back now is ourselves. We hold ourselves back. But this is a learned behavior because we learn this from like mostly from intergenerational trauma. We learn not to accept ourselves. We learn to actually be ashamed of our upbringing. I come here now without even being fluent in my own language. That's how much like I'm still growing as a person. Many of you probably are really fluent here. Right? A lot of you are probably really fluent here, and I'm so proud that you guys are just that you guys have an environment where you guys can be proud to speak your own language, but not that too, but to understand it and to speak it back. Like you guys are blessed. I'm telling you guys, all of you are blessed here. Each and every single one of you. You guys are blessed with the culture, with the language, with the dance, with the drum. You guys are blessed with everything, and there's nobody holding you back except you. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do to stand out in an environment that usually makes us shy, where we're always doing this? What are you going to do to stand out and say, yes, I'm scared, but it has to be done because this is the only way I'm going to grow. The only way that I grew was accepting that even though I was scared, I still needed to step up to that plate. I still needed to be up here, and everywhere that I go, I'm going to tell you guys this too. Everywhere that I go, we speak to so many communities now that the number one issue that our people still face sometimes is alcoholism. And this is the thing that hinders our ability to realize what our gifts are. Because like I said, sometimes these things like alcohol, all it does, it never takes away the pain. All it ever does is keeps us numb to the things that we ain't dealing with. And if we ain't dealing with our pain, it's going to continue to destroy us, and we're going to rely on substances to take that away. That's not what healing is. That's keeping yourselves numb. And we don't want to be numb here, right? Nobody wants to be numb here. You want to be healed. You want to feel love. You want to give love, right? So what are you going to do to showcase yourself? What are you going to do to show your friends and your fam to say, I'm going to be that difference. I'm going to make sure that my voice is heard. I'm going to make sure that my story is powerful because your story is powerful. My story is powerful too. And if you guys are going to come here tomorrow, definitely come check out the workshops because we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of everything because I want you guys to understand that no matter what pain or trauma that you guys are coming out of, it's not going to hold you back anymore as long as you accept that love for yourself. And so that, because if you don't love yourself first, how can you love somebody else, right? That love needs to start with you. You need to love yourself first, because as soon as I started loving myself as a person, all of a sudden I can give love in a more healthy way. All of a sudden I can love people. I can love people around me a lot better because that love started with me. It starts with us. I'll say that again. Healing, it starts with us. As soon as we can heal ourselves, all of a sudden that healing is going to be displayed everywhere that we go. And people are going to ask you, how can I get that type of love? How can I get that type of healing? And you're going to say, be yourself. Find your outlets and run with that. Find your outlets. It's important because if you're going to replace an old habit, you need to find a better habit to replace it with because otherwise you're going to go right back to whatever was holding you back. Surround yourself with people, like-minded individuals that are going to be on that same path as you for healing. Find yourself that brothers, find yourself family and friends that are going to hold you accountable to the love that you need to give yourself. Accountability is where it's going to start. And then, how am I good with the time? 5 minutes? Okay. How you guys doing? Are we still good? We're still awake? Yeah? I know everybody just finished eating and everybody's kind of falling asleep here. Some of our elders over here too. Stay awake. Just kidding. No, but I thank you guys so much. Like you know, we can literally talk for hours, and I'm telling you guys, like we can talk for hours. But I want my brother over here. He's gonna share some of his story, some of his motivation of what keeps him going, and we're all grounded in that love. I don't walk with anybody if I don't believe that they ain't walking in that love. Surround yourself with like-minded individuals who are on that same path with you. Because I'm telling you, when you do that, that healing, it's going to come so much stronger. That motivation and courage, it's always going to be present with you. Because now you're surrounding yourself with a better environment. We don't go back to our old habits thinking that this is what's going to heal us, right? We find new ones, new healthy ways, and new friends. I'm not saying get rid of your old ones or like anything, but sometimes you need to find yourself with better individuals who are on that healing path. And that's just the way it goes, unfortunately. I'm going to leave you guys with this little note here that there's nothing in this world, again, there is nothing in this world that's going to hold you back but yourself. There's nothing in this world. There's no permission slip that you need to sign to go anywhere that you want to go to. There is nothing holding you back from displaying the gifts that you have except yourself. So tell your old self, say, hey, get behind me because I'm finding a better way. This is the new me now. I can breathe better. I can move better because now I find that love within me. I found these outlets. Now I find these things that are healing me as a person. I didn't become a content creator to chase the followers or to chase likes or anything like that. And my brother knows this too. I don't like to highlight that stuff, but the thing that I love to highlight to display is that laughter is medicine. And if you guys ever watch my videos, you guys will see that a lot of my videos are centered on laughter as medicine because I love to laugh. I love to make jokes, but I'm not a comedian, but I love to make comedy skits because I know that is power in itself, and I utilize that to the best of my ability. That's why I'm going to continue to do what I do because not only do I need it, I know that it's motivating each and every single one of us. It's motivating our youth. It's motivating all of you guys here. I'm going to let you guys notice too, is that 6.5 years ago, in 2019, this was the last time where I ever said there was nothing in my life, and that's including addiction, was going to hold me back anymore. Because in 2019, I took my last sip of alcohol, and my ability where that balloon popped, all of a sudden in my mind, poof, I was like, oh, hey, that's not going to hold me back anymore. I am 6.5 years sober from alcohol, and I'm telling you guys could do exactly that, but do it better than even I ever could. Yeah. And I appreciate you guys for like listening. Can I do one thing with you guys, brother? Can you come and film this real quick? Sometimes I don't usually do this, but I want you guys to feel this energy within yourselves. And I do this thing where sometimes where I go places, all I'm saying is like, who are the indigenous warriors? I want each and every single one of you guys to say, we are. All right? Yes. But we're going to say, we are. All right? So my brother is going to... All right, only you. Yeah, bro. So, when I say, who are the resilient warriors? I want each and every single one of you guys to say, we are, because you guys are exactly that. You are the warriors. You are the matriarchs. We are resilient. How do we know we're resilient? Because our ancestors were, and we're here because of them, and they didn't stop with their healing, and we're not going to stop with our healing too. So we're going to say this 3 times, and I want you guys to be loud. I want you guys to be proud. So let's do one thing for practice. Who are the resilient warriors? All right, and we're gonna do this loud and proud. Even everybody in the back, even our elders too. Who are the resilient warriors? Who are the resilient warriors? Who are the resilient warriors? And be proud of that. You guys are loved, blessed, and my brother's gonna come and speak up next. But always know you are valued, loved, and worthy. Thank you guys so much. Mic drop.
Make some noise for Mr. Brett Mooswa. Who watches his videos? All you guys? If you guys don't watch his videos, you can go to TikTok, you can go to Instagram, Facebook, search up Brett Mooswa, and you're going to find this handsome young uncle here. Look at this guy, eh? I get so mad at him all the time. I'm like, why you gotta be so handsome? And then I guess I'm a little bit lots handsome here. But this man, this guy's an inspiration. He's honestly an inspiration to, he's a role model for people because he's able to show you guys how you guys can utilize your outlets. Utilize your outlets to grow. Use them to heal. Use them to heal our people. Humor is the way that he does his. And he thinks in a way of sophistication. He thinks in a way of just, that's why I love being around him. He's very intellectual. He talks about surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals. Surround yourself with people that want to see you succeed. Surround yourself with people that want to grow with you. That is the way that you become successful. Who wants to become successful in life? Each and every one of you guys should have your hands up because it is possible. Who wants to be a millionaire in life? Yeah, there you go. Money isn't everything, but does it make things, I don't know. But this is what's even better. Who wants fulfillment in life? You know what fulfillment is? Every day, I live my life to feel fulfilled. So every day, let's say one of you come and approach me, and you're telling me your story, and you're telling me about yourself. I am ultimately focused on you because I want to be so fulfilled in every day that every interaction that I have, I get the most out of it. I want to learn from each and every one of you. So every time that someone approaches me or I approach someone, I make sure I get the most out of everything that Creator is trying to give me in this day. And that's what I love. I want to be fulfilled. And that's what me and my brother talk about because I'm telling you guys, it is possible. It is possible to transform your life, but it is going to ultimately be up to you. You have to wake up and you have to be ready to have an energy that's always going to be positive, but most importantly, an energy that is filled with love. Just like Brett said, love is the secret way. Love is the secret sauce to our healing. I used to walk around a very angry man. I was a very angry young man, and I used to walk around with my chest out. I used to walk around like I was this big, solid guy. And there was a time where I thought that I could only get respect with my fists. I thought that was the only way that I could gain respect. But little did I know that once I tapped into the power of love, that I can get respect with my heart and my spirit. And that love leads the way every day. When I step into a new day, love is ultimately what fuels me. And that is coming from once upon a time, a very angry young man. Is this a safe space? Is little Red River Cree Nation a safe space? Can I get open with you guys a little bit? Can I be vulnerable with you guys? Is that all right? Am I safe here? Yes? That's good to know, because what I'm going to tell you guys is ultimately how my trauma started. At 14 years old, I was introduced to alcohol. I was a young man that had potential. I had potential to be something great, but I was introduced to alcohol, and alcohol came in and consumed my life. I turned into an alcoholic right away. And I lived this way of life. In my young life, I lived this way. And at 17 years old, on my 17th birthday, I wanted to have a big party. I loved being Mr. Popular. It filled my ego. And I wanted to have a big party for my birthday, so I had a big bonfire on the Flying Dust First Nation. And so many people came out. But the reason why I'm an alcoholic is I don't have to drink every day, but when I start drinking, I can't stop. That's why I'm an alcoholic. And that was the same case on my 17th birthday. When everybody wanted to go home and the party was over, I want to keep partying. And I'm going to be really raw and open with you guys because this is a safe space. I chose to get into a vehicle with a drunk driver that morning. We drove into Meadow Lake. There was 5 of us in a single cab truck, a 3-seater. We made the choice to go into Meadow Lake to find a party so we can keep drinking. But my friend who was driving at the time, he was heavily intoxicated. He was in no shape or form to be driving. And what started out as fun and games, him going a little fast, ripping donuts in parking lots, it ended up getting really scary for me, for all of us in the vehicle. It got to the point where he was going so fast that we were pleading with him, okay, slow down, please slow down. Because we knew what could happen. And I'm telling you guys, in a blink of an eye, my life changed forever. This is where my true trauma began. Because in a blink of an eye, we saw a vehicle come on our right of way, and we collided with that vehicle. All I could do was close my eyes and just hold on. And I had a friend sitting on my lap. And all I thought was just holding on to her. Luckily, I had my seatbelt on. And today she always reminds me, you saved my life. But honestly, it was just an automatic reaction. We collided with this vehicle at going probably 110, 120 kilometers an hour. And when I opened my eyes, we were completely spun around. And I remember being, for the most part, we were all unhurt. We were all unhurt, surprisingly, and when everybody was getting out of the vehicle, checking on themselves, my first thought was that vehicle that we collided with, because I knew it was going to be bad. So instead of checking on myself, I ran to that vehicle once I got out of that truck. And I was the first one to run to it. And this is where my trauma began, because what I saw that morning, I don't ever want any of our youth to experience. Because that is where I started to become lost, seeing what I saw that morning. Drinking and driving is real, and I was part of it. It affects each and one of our communities. It happens in our homes. And I carried this pain. Even though I wasn't driving, I carried this pain and this guilt for a very long time. I remember sitting in the back of the ambulance. I thought my trauma was where it was going to start and just that be it. But I remember sitting in the back of the ambulance. And the back doors of the ambulance were open and the nurse was checking on me. She was making sure that I was okay. But a vehicle pulled up. And a lady got out of the vehicle. And she ran to that car. And this lady, she let out a scream that I'll never forget. Because it was a scream of pure pain. Because in that moment, she found out that she lost her son. She lost her baby boy. And even more so, those images that I saw, this scream was even more traumatic for me. And every day for the rest of my life, I saw what I saw, and I heard that scream. The next day, I ended up finding out that I knew that young man that lost his life that morning. He was a friend of mine. It was so bad that I didn't know it was him. He was a young man that had the whole world ahead of him. And I loved talking with him. Whenever I saw him, he would encourage me. This is where my trauma began because it left a deep wound in my community of Meadow Lake. Drinking and driving is real, you guys, and I was a part of it. And because I chose not to talk about it, Because I chose, when the people were saying you need to get help, you need to talk to somebody, I said, no, don't tell me what to do. Because I had this big pride. I was a very prideful young man. I said, I don't need help. I'm okay. Don't tell me what to do. And with this choice, I became truly lost within my alcohol. Because you would think that I would learn my lesson, that I would drop the bottle. But it only made it worse, because alcohol was the only thing to me that drowned out that scream and blocked what I saw that morning. So I became even more of an alcoholic. And in the process of doing this, I ran away. I ran away from my problems. I ran away from the people that want to love me. I was a father at 17 years old. I found out I was going to be a father at 16. My oldest son's mom found out she was going to be a mom at 15. We were kids making kids. And 6 months after this accident, I brought my first son into this world. And I brought my firstborn into my world of trauma. That is how cycles happen within our families, within our people, is that ultimately a lot of us, we get sucked into the trauma that isn't ours. We get put into the cycles that isn't ours. And I did that to my son. Because in his early ages, all he saw was my hurt and my pain, my drinking. And that's what he remembers, and it deeply affects him today. In the process of doing all of this, running away with the bottle, I ended up running to the streets. I thought I was this big gangster. I thought I was tough. And I ran to the streets and I started dealing drugs. I started dealing drugs just to support my habit. I thought I was this big tough guy. And here I was giving drugs to our own people. I was hurting my own people. I would give them to mothers with children right by their sides. That's who I was. Because I didn't care. The only thing on my mind was, where am I going to party tonight? And before you know it, that first bout of trauma at 17, now I have layers upon layers upon layers of trauma. And I'm just a young man. The gang life brought a life of violence and hurt and pain. And before you know it, I was a very unhealed, lost young man. And that is the story of many of our young men. And I would have been just like one of the statistics. I would have been either locked up or else I would have been dead. That's where I was heading. And I remember every time that something bad would happen, I would call my mom. My mom would be the first call. I'd be like, Mom. She'd like, tell me what you did now. I'd tell her, and she was like, my boy, come home. And my mom would always welcome me back home, and she'd try her best to get me better. And she tried many times, and I manipulated my mom, the person that I love the most, the one that loves me the most. I manipulated her many times into feeling sorry for me so I would get my way. That's the life of an alcoholic. We bring narcissism. We bring manipulation. And I did that to my mom. And this one time, I said, Mom, I need to come home. She said, come home. But this time when I went home, there was a big computer there. And back in the day, computers aren't like how they were now. We had a big monitor and a big tower for a computer. But with this computer, we had a little USB stick mic. It looked like a stick. And you could use this mic to chat with it. I would chat with our friends on like Yahoo Chat and MSN Messenger. Any of the adults remember MSN Messenger in here? No? That's a couple of you guys. We would use this to chat with our friends. But I ended up finding out that I could record my voice with this USB mic. And I was using a software called Audacity. I could record my voice over there, and I could take beats from YouTube, and I could put them into this software. And before you know it, I was recording my voice over these beats. And I'm telling you guys, up to this point, I had no introduction to music other than being the annoying freestyler at the parties all the time. That was me. So this was my introduction to music. Little did I know that this was going to be my introduction to my outlet. Because right away, I started making music about what I was feeling, about what I was going through, about the pain that I was feeling. And I would take these songs that I was making, and I'd put them on a site called Bebo. And all of my friends on Bebo would be able to listen to these songs. And that is how Okima was born. Can you turn me up a little bit? Just a little bit. I remember I wanted to just sound the best that I could. But I only had this little USB mic and this old computer and Audacity. So I remember I would go up to my mom's room and I would grab a clothes hanger and I would wrap it around that little USB mic. And then I would take a pair of her pantyhose and I would wrap it around that hanger and I'd make my own pop filter. It would cover the mic so you wouldn't hear this. That big airy sound when we say our P's. So I made my own pop filter and I would go downstairs and her pantyhose would always rip. And one morning I was downstairs making a song and from the top of our 4-level house, I heard her scream. She's like, "Where's all my pantyhose? Who's taking all my pantyhose?" You know, I was just like, oh my gosh, she's going to find out it's me. You know, sure enough, a few days later, she came downstairs into the basement and she threw me like 4 boxes of pantyhose. And she's like, "Okay, quit taking my pantyhose now." You know, she found out. But that was my mom. She right from the start, I knew that my mom, she knew what music could potentially do for me. And she supported it. So I started making music, and I started putting on Bebo, and I started building a name. I started healing myself through my music, even though I know it at the time. But then I got introduced to the wrong people. You know, they ended up becoming really good friends of mine, but I met a group called Res Inc. And I joined this group, and my music quickly turned from good to bad. Because I started making music about drinking and partying. And before you know it, my newfound gift turned into a negative. But we still built a name for ourselves. And we would go around to communities like yours. And we would go and speak to the youth just like you. And I would be like, don't drink alcohol. Don't do drugs. Don't party. But each and every one of us, we were all hypocrites because we were all alcoholics. And we were using our gift for bad. And that's how quick it turned into a negative for me. But again, I still built a name. And we ended up meeting a group called Winnipeg's Most. Any of my older guys know Winnipeg's Most? Yeah? Some of you younger? Oh, I like it. That's good. We ended up meeting them, and my friend at the time, his name's Blue. He made one of their biggest songs called Bang Bang with them. Yeah, you guys, these little aunties in the making here. Holy. What's going on? They know Bang Bang. You know, but they made this huge song. They made this huge song together, and sure enough, they're like, "You guys come on tour with us." So that's what we did. We ended up going on tour with Winnipeg's Most for a little bit. It was amazing. It was a fun time in my life, but it was also a very low time because I was an alcoholic. And remember, I'm a father, and at this point, I have 2 sons. And I'm a deadbeat father. I'm not there for them whatsoever. I'm not there for them for like even talking to them. I'm not there for them financially. Nothing. I'm a deadbeat. Because all I cared about was my drinking. And during this time, I thought I was this big, cool rapper. I thought I had made it, and I thought I was just the best. You know, but literally, Winnipeg's most took care of me. They clothed me, they fed me, they gave me money when I needed, because I had absolutely nothing to my name. This is where my life was, because I chose to run away from my trauma, and this is where I was at. This is where it had led me. I remember this one time. Remember when I said, when I drink, I can't stop? Well, on 2011 New Year's, I drank to the point of waking up that I couldn't remember what happened the night before. And I remember waking up and I was like, oh, I didn't talk to my girlfriend all night. I had a girlfriend at the time. I didn't talk to her all night. So I was frantically trying to get a hold of her. And she finally picks up the phone. And she didn't even say hello to me. The first thing she said to me, I cheated on you. Oh, real low. She didn't say it like that, but she said, I cheated on you. Yeah. She said she cheated on me, and I was absolutely just heartbroken. I was like, what? Oh my gosh, man. I was just right away. When I was an alcoholic, I loved to victimize myself. And I was like, how could you do this? I'm so heartbroken. You know, this is who I was. But literally, she was just giving me a taste of my own medicine, because that's what I was doing to her. I wasn't a good partner. I wasn't a good person. And she was finally just giving me a taste of what I was doing to her, and I deserved it. But still, I made myself the victim. This made me call my mom. Actually, I'm going to tell you guys this story. When I got that phone call, Big John C. You guys know how John C. looks? Big John C. is this big. He's a big, tough dude, man. Tattoos all over. And I remember getting that call. He walks in his room. I woke up at his apartment, and he's like, bro, what's wrong? I said, my girlfriend cheated on me. He's like, don't worry about it. I said, no, bro. She's different. She's like, bro, don't worry about it. We'll find another one. I'm like, no, bro, she was the one. I was just heartbroken. And that Big John C. standing there, he didn't know what to do. And I was like, bro, I need a hug. And Big John C. is this big gangster. You know, he looks like a big gangster. He's a really nice guy, man. He's one of the most genuine people I know. And he came in and he gave me this big hug, like a little tap. And he was like, it's going to be okay, bro. But that was me, you know, victimizing myself to make myself feel better. And you're going to see that's a trend of what I do. Because when I went home, I called my mom. I said, Mom, she cheated on me. I want to come home. And she's like, okay, come home. And I went home one more time. But on February 12th of 2011, this is going to sound bad, I met another girl. I met another girl on February 12th, and this one though, she was just like, absolutely blew me away. I was like, how did I not know you were here in Meadow Lake? How did I not meet you? You're absolutely amazing. I was just blown away. And on February 13th, I was like trying to get a hold of her, texting her, trying to call her, but she wasn't answering my calls or my texts. And I was like, damn, man, like, what did I do wrong? But on Valentine's Day, February 14th, she answered me. And I was like, can I see you today? And she was like, all right then, I'll come see you. So she agreed to come see me on Valentine's Day. And she came to my house, and the first thing I told her, you're mine. Just kidding, I didn't say like a creep. Holy. But I spit my game. I was like, man, I like you. I want to be with you. And surprisingly, she agreed. And our anniversary date is Valentine's Day, February 14, 2011. And this girl will turn into the woman that I'm with now. She's my partner today. And we built a really big life together. We have 3 children together. And she really helped me realize that my normal wasn't normal. But remember when I said that sometimes we bring our trauma into our families? That's what I did with her too. All of my trauma, because I was unhealed, I brought to her. And into my family, I brought my cycles. And we had 3 beautiful children together, but I put her and my children through so much because of my drinking. I would bring unsafe people around them. I would bring friends that were dealing drugs or, that were still caught in the street life. And I would bring them to my own home. And she'd have to tell me, she was like, I don't feel safe here. Why are you bringing these guys here? And at the time, I'd be like, why are you talking about my friends like that? Those are my bros. And I would get mad at her. But she was absolutely right. Now that I look at it now, that's who I was. I brought all of that cycle that was normal to me, I brought it into my family. And this is how our family was built, through ups and downs for the next 10 years. But I worked hard. We worked hard together, and we built a home together. We lived in Edmonton, and I was a successful drywall taper. I worked hard. I would go and build $1 million homes, and people would be like, I want you to drywall tape my home. And I'd go do these $1 million homes. I worked hard at what I did. I was a master at it. And she went and got a diploma for accounting, and we built a life together. But in 2019, I stopped making music. Remember, you guys, I'm a music artist, but I stopped making music. But in 2019, I made a song called Life of a Native. Does anybody know that song, Life of a Native, in here? Nobody? A couple of you guys? That's good. That's good. Because if you know that song, you know that it's a song for our people, like an inspiration for our people. And I was going to use this song to become a rapper again. So I had planned to shoot a music video in 2019 at the Flying Dust Powwow. And that's what I did. We shot a music video and I released it. And this Life of a Native went viral with this video. Everybody was sharing it. Everybody was leaving these amazing comments like, you're such a role model. You're so amazing. What's up, bro? Can I sing? I am going to sing, you guys. You guys got a whole performance from me. Yeah, this guy's excited. I came back and everybody's like, you're such a role model. You're so amazing. And I started feeling myself. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm back. I'm a rapper, man. I'm back. I'm doing this. But during that same time, in 2019, after being 2 years sober, I made the decision to start drinking again. After being 2 years sober, I convinced my wife that I can start drinking again socially. And the idea was that I could have one or two. So going into releasing Life of a Native, I'm drinking again. And the success of this song, it started filling my head. And I remember one night visiting, and my friends were there, and they're like, bro, come out with us. You should come out with us. I was like, all right, but I knew my wife wasn't going to agree with that. So I was like, how am I going to make her say yes? And I remember going to my wife and I said, you're the reason I have no friends. You're the reason why I'm so lonely. I deserve this. I pay the bills. I do this. I work hard. I set it all to try and get my way. That's who I was back then. And she finally said, okay, fine. Go out with your friends. I was like, yes, I got my way. I'm going to go out with my friends. But remember, I'm an alcoholic because when I start, I can't stop. And that one night of drinking, it turned into over a 3-week-long binge. And while Life of a Native was blowing up and everybody thought I was a role model, an inspiration, I was literally about to hit the lowest point of my life. Because my wife finally put her foot down and she said, enough. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm leaving and I'm taking the kids with me. I'm a very painful, hurtful person. And I said, I don't care. I'm going to go build a family with somebody else, I remember saying. That's who I was. It got so bad that she called me one day. She was like, you need to go to our home and go get everything. Because I'm already moved back to Meadow Lake. I'm living with my parents. The kids are with me. But you have to go to the house and you got to go get everything. The landlords want their house back. I was like, what? You already moved to Meadow Lake? Like, it was sort of like a reality check. I didn't say that, but again, I said, you know what? I don't care. I'll go find another home in Edmonton. That was who I was. So I remember walking into my home, Edmonton. I opened my big red door, and when I opened it, it was like a huge reality check because everything was gone. All of my kids' pictures, all of the decor, most of the furniture. The only things were left was a couch, my TV, and my home studio. And I remember when I was drinking with a friend at the time, I remember looking at him, I'm like, bro, I don't care. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go into my home studio and I'm going to make a party song. Something that's going to make you want to dance. And we're going to take this song, we're going to take it to parties, and all these girls are going to go crazy. That was my vision for this song. Like, I was going to take it to a party and all these girls would be like, oh my gosh, you're a rapper? Holy. You know, that was the vision. And my friend was like, yeah, bro, go do that. Go do that. So I remember after drinking for like 2 nights in my empty home, I finally went into my home studio. Remember, I'm trying to go make a party song. So I go on YouTube and I'm trying to find a party song, but I end up coming across a really slow beat. I remember when I said music is my outlet? Well, I had no choice. Words started forming. A melody came when I heard this beat, and I automatically connected with it. But I said, you're supposed to be looking for a party song. Keep going. You know, so I try to look for a party beat again, but I keep going to this slow beat. And I had no choice. I started writing to this beat. And in a span of 2 hours, I wrote a song, I recorded it, and I mixed it. And I could hear this song in a span of 2 hours. I could hear this song being played back to me through my speakers. And everything that I should have been saying to my family, I said through that song. And this song literally came in, and it literally saved my life. Because it made me realize what I was doing, the pain that I was causing. The pain that I was causing, and it made me realize that I'm going to lose my kids. I'm not going to be able to wake up to them, and it really hurt me. And this song literally made me realize what I was doing, and it saved my life. You guys want to hear that song? Turn my mic up a little bit too, my bro. Mic check. There you go. This is the song that saved my life. You guys ready? Cause I've been sitting here in the rain again, trying to find my way through this pain again, yeah. But I've been doing this to myself for far too long. Cause I've been sitting here in the rain again, trying to find my way through this pain again, yeah. But I've been doing this to myself for far too long. I'm sitting here just thinking about all the pain that I've been holding out. But lately it's been stolen like a cold. And lately it just feels like I'm all alone. So I turn away and I run from home, leaving my family behind with no hope. I'm sorry for the hurt I've been bringing you, but daddy never learns that his demons rule. I'm dealing with some trauma that I hope you never know, no. Cause I've been sitting here in the rain again, trying to find my way through this pain again, yeah. But this to myself for far too long. Cause I've been sitting here in the rain again, trying to find my way through this pain again, yeah. But I've been doing this to myself for far too long. But even know this hurt never goes away. Daddy holds his word, Daddy's gonna stay. I'll never let them take me away from you. No, no. Until I find my way, Mommy keeps you safe. I know you see her cry and you see her pain, but that's because Daddy let her down too low, low, low. But you can learn from Daddy's mistakes today, and hopefully tomorrow I can come to stay. But for a little while I think it's best that I go, go, go. It was hearing this song being played through my speakers where I finally dropped down to my knees and I finally said, Creator, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to become the human that I know you meant for me to be. But I'm going to need your strength. I'm going to need your guidance. But I don't want to do this anymore. This song made me realize that the pain I was causing, it made me realize that if I keep doing what I'm doing, I'm not going to have my kids. I'm not going to wake up to them. I'm not going to be able to see their smiles and hear their I love yous and feel their hugs. And it absolutely broke me. I finally said enough is enough. I made that song over 6 years ago. And I'm proud to say I'm over 6 years sober today. Make some noise. Because I made the choice. I said, this is it. I want to be in control. I want to show that I can become who I'm supposed to be, because I knew deep inside I was still there. So I gave my all to healing. And for the next years of my life, I dedicated every day to how am I going to heal today. I created a clothing brand. I created more outlets for myself. I went to detox. I went to therapy. I did everything that I needed. And I started becoming in control. I said, I want to be in control of all the triggers. When I see those images, when I hear that scream, I want to be able to use it to motivate me to be the change. And that's what I did. Because I said, I'm going to start living a way so our youth never have to go through what I went through. I don't want you guys seeing what I saw and hearing what I heard and running from my pain for so long. I want you guys to grasp your life now. I want you guys to take it and to start putting in the work and becoming the best version of who you are right now. It all starts with love. Love leads the way. Sagit to win is the way. And I know that now. Love is how I lead my life. I went from being a very young, angry man to being a man that wants to lead in a good way. And that is what brings me here today in front of you all. Because I come here in my authentic way, who I am supposed to be. Creator has finally said, this is who you are. I did it. I use my story to be the example. Don't be like me and take decades to heal. If you have trauma, if you have pain, talk about it. Communicate about it. Release it. Find your outlet that works for you. Mine is music. Mine is my clothing brand. Find what works for you. It could be dancing, could be drawing, art, hockey, sports. It's important that you guys release your emotion every day. That is how healing is always in a cycle. And that's what I did. I transformed my life. And now here I am. I'm about to share my gift with you. Who wants to hear some music? Are you guys ready to hear some music? Can you guys give me your energy to the point where I just want to give you my energy? What time is it? Huh? I'm gonna get into this right now, but you guys are gonna really have to bring it, all right? So I'm gonna go up on this stage, and you're gonna hear a brand new song too with my brother Brett Muswa. Woo! Who knew that Brett raps? You're gonna hear that too. So when I go up on this stage, I want as many of you to fill right here, all right? So don't be shy. Bring your glow sticks. And I went and bought a box of candy from Candy Craze. I'm gonna be throwing it out to you guys, all right? My brother, bring me that box of candy. Check, check. Mic check. Check, check. Turn me up a little bit. Mic check, 1, 2. A little bit more. I need to hear myself a little bit. Man, you guys look beautiful tonight. Yeah, there we go. Mic check. I need everybody up here. Who wants to hear some music? Well, I need you guys to make some noise. Turn me up a little bit more on my mic. Sorry, my man. I just don't want to be yelling too much. I don't want to lose my voice right away. There we go. All right, my brother, on my way. Turn it up. Mic check. There you go. Damn, you guys look beautiful. Little Red River Cree Nation. I need you guys to give me your energy. And I need you guys to make some noise. On my way to finally make it out the gutter, yeah. On my way and I've been praying with my mother, yeah. I've been going through my life with a blindfold, running from my past life with my eyes closed. On my way to finally make it out the gutter, yeah. On my way and I've been praying with my mother, yeah. I've been going through my life with a blindfold, running from my past life with my eyes closed. It's been a hard life ever since the start night, and then from that point acting like I'm alright. It's been a battle, but I feel like I'm getting up. It's been a long time coming, I'ma live it up. But only I know I can break the cycle. There's no denial, it's always been survival. Cause you ain't never gonna know what we going through. All the talk and all the pain, if you only knew. You wouldn't last though, running from the past, yo. I hit the gas, yo, trying not to crash, yo. What it takes to run away from the hate, yeah. But I'll be finally on my way, I'm just saying, yeah. On my way, finally make it out the gutter. Put your hands up. On my way and I've been praying with my mother, yeah. Cause I've been going through my life with the blindfold, running from my past life with my eyes closed. On my way to finally make it out the gutter, yeah. On my way and I've been praying with my mother, yeah. Cause I've been going through my life with a blindfold, running from my past life with my eyes closed. It's dedication, it started from the basement, and I've been patient, but now I'm on the chase, yeah. It's about time that I know what my worth is. I put my soul and my spirit in these verses, but it's relentless, growing on the res, yeah. It's always endless, always trying to test, yeah. But now I know how cold that the world gets. Everybody looking in like we're worthless. It's time to change that, mama's been praying that I make my way back away from the rain, yeah. Cause I've been crawling from the bottom, now I made it. Put your hands
When I
up.
finally dropped the bottle, I was saved, yeah.
On my way to finally make it out the gutter, yeah. On my way, I've been praying with my mother, yeah. Cause I've been going through my life with the blindfold, running from my past life with my eyes closed. On my way to finally make it out the gutter, yeah. On my way, I've been praying with my mother, yeah. Cause I've been going through my life with the blindfold, running from my past life with my eyes closed. Make some noise. Can I get some water, please? You guys having a good time tonight? I said, are you having a good time tonight? Thank you, my brother. Oh, yeah, you like that catch? That's good, eh? Play the next one. Who wants more? Turn it up, turn it up. I'm proud to say that I'm 6 years sober. I need you guys to give me some good energy. Make some noise. I know it's summer in here, I can feel, yeah, yeah. I'm hiding from the demons I've been dealing with. You'll never know the pain that I feel, yeah, yeah. I'm praying every day I get my spirit back. Cause when I let that evil in my spirit goes, consuming all the light that my spirit holds. When I'm feeling lost, it's cause my spirit roams. It's time I start to heal and bring my spirit. I don't know why I do this. Always gotta be under the influence. Take another drink just to drown this pain till it's in. Cause the drink is too late to get through it. It's a never-ending cycle. Looking back on my past where my life go, where it went wrong. Cause I'm about to lose it all. So I'm calling through the Lord just to hold my life go. Cause it's living on the edge, got me living like a mess. I'm afraid when it takes me. Cause I know I need help about myself and his demons love to chase me. I just wanna get home, don't wanna be alone no more. Cause lately I've been living crazy, way too crazy. Just wanna get back to my babies. Just to hold my wife, get back to the life that we worked so hard for. But I don't know why I make my life so damn hard for. It's a constant fight, each passing night just makes me want more. A double-edged sword and all I want, so they harm me more until the liquor pours. I feel so ashamed that I can't explain this pain that haunts me. But they like it their way, so they use my pain and my past to taunt me. So every single day's about life faces getting so daunting. Put those up high. We're gonna go side to side. I know I'm somewhere in here I can feel, yeah, yeah. I'm hiding from the demons I've been dealing with. You'll never know the pain that I feel, yeah, yeah. I'm praying every day I get my spirit back. Cause when I let that evil in my spirit goes, consuming all the light that my spirit holds. When I'm feeling lost, it's cause my spirit roams. It's time I start to heal and bring my spirit. Yeah, it's time that I stop this. Show my kids that I'm strong, I got this. Time to come home even stronger than before. Don't ever be alone as long as I got them. Yes, time to break the cycle. We are bred from the blood of survival. Time to take control from this alcohol, this stranglehold that it has on the people. So I'll look at myself in a minute, need help, quit hiding with a bottle. Cause the pain that I felt in the way that it dealt was the root of the problem. Yeah, it's gonna be hard, but I'm leaving more scars on my kids cause I brought to a broken home. Cause daddy brings home all the pain that he holds from demons that he bottled. So get back to my life and I'll prove to my wife that I'm gonna win this war. That I'll always fight for my kids and my wife cause they're all live for. They're my shining light on the darkest nights what daddy cries for. And I'm sorry for all the hearts that I tore, but dad's no more cause daddy has a Lord. And he lifts me up when times getting tough, he reminds me daily that I'm blessed with love. My kids look up to their daddy on the daily. So I'll never give up when I'm getting mixed up with the demons that fail me. One more time, put them high. Especially for my babies when the Lord comes to save me. I know I'm somewhere in here I can feel, yeah, yeah. I'm hiding from the demons I've been dealing with. You'll never know the pain that I feel, yeah, yeah. I'm praying every day I get my spirit back. Cause when I let that evil in my spirit goes, consuming all the light that my spirit holds. When I'm feeling lost, it's cause my spirit roams. It's time I start to heal and bring my spirit home. Make some noise. I need the beat just a little bit louder. No. I need it just a little bit. Let's go to the next one. Yeah. I need you guys to know that as warriors, we're supposed to be protectors. We're supposed to protect our women. That's the new age warrior. So all my young men in here, all my warriors, I need you to put your hands up and let's be our protectors.
When life feels colder, you can take my shoulder. I'll bring you closer to your closure. 'Cause on the surface, baby, you're perfect. But in your heart, yeah, I know you're hurting. Life has a way, make you wanna run away. But you came this far, look at all that you gained. I'll wipe those tears when they run down your face. I'm the one you can own when your light turns to gray. Ice cold hard in the summer. You can't stay strong, but you gotta smile on your face, but you suffer. I'll take your pain like no other. Look at you now, glowing like the sun going down behind the clouds. Look at you now, you smile with your eyes and you look so damn proud. When life feels colder, you can take my shoulder. I'll bring you closer to your closure. 'Cause on the surface, baby, you're perfect. But in your heart, yeah, I know you're hurting. Just lead with love, let the love lead the way. Creator's here, he will never let you stray. Just open your heart and give him your faith. I know you have pain, but that's not where you stay. Ice cold heart.
And we're gonna go far, side to side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Feeling like I wasted everything. I got nothing left for you to gain. Feeling like I wasted everything. Oh, 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 oh. So this is how love turns to memories. I know it'd be hard to let you go. Now I know time heals everything. All I want back is the time I'm old. I'm waiting so long for you to change it. Where would I be if I could just see that all the love I gave would be wasted? Love will never be the same for me.
One more time, put them high.
I got nothing left for you to gain. Feeling like I wasted everything.
Side to side.
Feeling like I wasted everything. I got nothing left for you to gain. Feeling like I wasted everything. Oh, 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 oh.
You guys like that one? You guys can find all my music on Spotify, YouTube, Apple, you name it, it's on there. You can find Wasted on there tonight. So if you guys want to stream my music, that's where you guys can go, all right? So one more time, I need you guys to make some noise for yourselves. Because I'm going to be needing your energy right away here. I'm going to need you at the top level that you guys can give. But I want to ask, who's from Garden River? We got some in the back. You guys are from Garden River? Who's from Fox Lake? Who's from John Doerr? Well, I need each and every one of you together to make some noise. Let's go, brother.
Are you not entertained?
Mic check, 1, 2.
Are you not entertained?
Greater, I know you hear my cries and my prayers. I'm sick of all the lies, we know they hate us. That's why it's genocide, they tried to take us. But I'm a warrior. I'll be standing on this ground till we're victorious. Now tell me whose story is more glorious than the story of my people. We are warriors. Warriors, yeah, yeah. Who is this native? Pokemon paving the way, breaking the chains, holding my people in cages. History changes, ripping up pages. Now let's face it, warriors painted. Look at our faces. I will stand for all the ages, young and old, staying courageous, standing the ground like buffalo grazing. No longer can I just stand back. Warriors screaming this land back, breaking the cycles, this battling that. All the trauma we handling that, taking our pride and our power back. Ain't nothing better and loud as that. Life of a native, I'm proud of that. All of our youth empower that. Crater, I know you hear my cries and my prayers. I'm sick of all the lies, we know they hate us. That's why it's genocide, they trying to take us. Take us, but I'm a warrior. I'll be standing on this ground till we're victorious. Now tell me whose story is more glorious than the story of my people. We are warriors. Warriors, yeah, yeah. Years of oppression, but still we fight the system to win these history lessons. Never told you about the struggle we in. This is the life that we live in. Missing women and children under the dirt, dealing with pain and trauma. Growing up watching how mama was swallowed the hurt. We trusted the churches who took us away from the ones that we love and put us in cages. Killing our people, they're sweeping it under the rug. This is the life of a native. All of my rage, building up nothing, no changes. This is the way that it is. Calling us crazy, punished for speaking a language. Greater, I know you hear my cries and my prayers. I'm sick of all the lies, we know they hate us. That's why it's genocide, they try to take us. Take us, but I'm a warrior. I'll be standing on this ground till we're victorious. Now tell me whose story is more glorious than the story of my people. We are warriors. Warriors, yeah, yeah. Make some noise. Who wants this? Who wants it? On the count of three, and I need you guys to scream. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna need you guys' help. Can I come down there? Is it okay if I come down there? I'm gonna do a song called Life of a Native. You guys know it? Who has a phone? Can you take out your phones, put your lights on? I want you guys to hit record if you want. This one, bro, if you can put it, just as I know we're trying to keep it down, but as much as you can, okay? Because this is the one. This is the one. Can I come down there, you guys? All right, you guys, I'm going to need you guys' energy here. Each and every one of you, I need you guys to come close. Come close. I need you guys to give me that good energy where I can just give you guys your all. Just like that, just like that. This is the song called Life of a Native. You can play, my brother.
We were told long
Give me a hand, my brother.
to see America
Give me a
come
hand.
and go. I often wondered what generation that would be.
Mic
What
check,
would be the
1, 2.
signs
Give me your hands,
that we
give
would
me
see
your hands.
America in its
Put them up high.
failing times.
Put them up
And I
high.
think we're in that.
Here we go.
And I think that
Mic check, 1, 2.
this kind of exploitation
This is my
is
song called Life of
more
a Native.
recognizable and
I need each and every
identifiable.
one of you to put your
Cultures
fists in
are
the air.
getting stronger
Just like this.
and beginning to realize
If you're proud
it's
to
about
be
your own
Indigenous,
survival and not
I
about
need you guys
America so
to
much.
hold it proudly.
But the more pollution
I want
there
you
is, the more
guys
cancer
to
there is.
make
So you begin to see a nation dying from within.
So what you know about the life of a native? Growing up, your generation's most hated. Every day my people get discriminated based on the stereotypes you done created. Nowadays you have the destiny to pass us off as a lower class. Nowadays you laugh at us, but now is the day where we finally added up. From this day forth, now all the days we're standing up. Too many years you oppressed us, suppressed us, infect us with the disease that left us. Millions of my people dead, now expect us to forgive and forget like it don't affect us. You can try to change history and hide that it wasn't genocide, but read between the lines and you will find war crimes masterminded. Now you wonder why people turn to suicide and have a hard time searching and finding who they really are, cause they're constantly reminded hiding. Entered our homes and took your young kids crying. Away from their families, the tragedies left scars so deep, no apologies will ever cover up the pain that you caused us. Now is the day where you see my people stand up. So what you know about the life of a native? Growing up through generations most hated. Every day my people get discriminated based on the stereotypes you done created. Nowadays you have the audacity to pass us on as a lower class. Nowadays you laugh at us, but now is the day where we finally had enough. From this day forward, now all the days we're standing up. Now all the days you'll commend and respect us. Gone all the days you apprehend and offend us. Pretend to us you're a friend, but forget trust. We all know the scheme that you're hiding your agendas. We all see through the deceit and the lies. A smile in the skies, but your eyes can't hide it. But now is the time we'll speak and we'll rise. All you want is other minds, but we can't stay silent. Through our chiefs and the elders we are guided. Divided we fall, but together stand united. For our earth and our water we will fight it. Our mother earth is crying, now you can't deny it. We are not the enemy that we're said to be. We're thinking of the generation that's ahead of me. So we'll continue to take the earth back for all of us. White, black or brown, well together we should stand up. So what you know about the life of a native? Growing up through generations most hated. Every day my people get discriminated based on the stereotypes you done created. Nowadays you have the audacity to pass us off as a lower class. Nowadays you laugh at us, but now is the day where we finally had it up. From this day on, now on the days we're standing up.
Today is the day. Today is the day that we take our power back. Today is the day that you realize that you are loved, each and every one of you. Today is the day that you see that you are the change. On the count of three, I want all of you to say, I am loved. 1, 2, 3.
In a world where we need to build on mutual
1,
respect,
2, 3.
it's moving
One
slowly
more time
across
as
this
loud as you
country and
can.
educating
I am
people.
loved. 1, 2, 3.
So I think there's a
I love
time
each and every one of you guys.
when all
Thank you for allowing me to come
racism
into your
will be
community.
abolished.
Now make some noise. My brother, get down here. One more song. It's a brand new song with Mr. Brett Moosewaw. A brand new song. Go grab a mic, hurry up. Who wants a handshake? Give me a handshake. Ooh, or should I end up back? Or no. Oh, I lost my voice. I lost my voice. Oh, he's coming down here. We're going to keep it down here. You guys having a good time tonight? Put your phones on again. One more time. We got one more song for you guys. I am losing my voice. It's okay. Can I get another mic? One more mic.
Got one over here, bro. We're good.
Okay. All right, play Collateral, my bro.
Test.
When I say all night, this is a brand new song. When I say all night, you guys do that right after, all right? You guys are going to hear it. You're going to get it right away. So, Sergo, put your phones on. My brother, Brett, come here. You're going to experience what I get to experience here. Put your phones on. My voice is gone.
Now.
It's okay. All right, my bro, one more. Collateral. It's a brand new song called All Night.
All night, all night, all night, all night, all night, all night. It's me and you, baby, gone till the sunrise. All night, all night. Let's live it up, baby, only got one life. All night, all night. With you by my side, damn, watch me come alive. All night, all night. It's me and you, baby, gone till the sunrise.
Okay, baby, how you been, baby? Let's set the scene, baby, it's you and me, baby. Successful on your own, you just out here trying to win, baby. Staring at your beauty, have my thoughts in the wind, baby. When you come around me on the real, I can think, baby. You, I need a drink to feel a vibe, you a dream, baby. You only need yourself to come alive, you're supreme, baby. Separated from the scum, I'm the only cream, baby. This is what I mean. Baby, you a queen and I'm a king. This is more than just one night, and it's more than just a fling. You ask me what I love about you, where do I begin? Everything I love about you, girl, it starts from within. All I wanna do is love you, all I wanna do is win. Let's get lost in each other and not worry about a thing. Cause we don't cause no problems, baby, we don't even sin. All night, baby, gone like the wind.
All night, all night. It's me and you, baby, gone till the sunrise. All night, all night. Let's live it up, baby, only got one life. All night, all night. With you by my side, damn, watch me come alive. All night, all night. It's me and you, baby, gone till the sunrise. Your energy is off the charts, mommy. I knew it when I felt your heart from the start, mommy. It's you and me when we ride, watch our energies collide. Like we Bonnie and we Clyde, watch us fucking come alive, mommy. Now who'd have thought you'd be rolling with the rest, boy? Damn, you're a mess, boy, but better than the rest, boy. I bring the best noise, yes, I'm the best choice. Don't wanna test, boy, I roll with the best boys. All night, yeah, you know we getting faded. Don't need a bottle, I just need you, baby. All night, yeah, you know we getting faded. Don't need a bottle, I just need you, baby. High off your energy, flying off your energy. Giving you the best of me, never give the less of me. High off your energy, flying off your energy. Giving you the best of me, never give the less of me. All night, all night. It's me and you, baby, gone till the sunrise. All night, all night. Let's live it up, baby, only got one life. All night, all night. With you by my side, damn, watch me come alive. All night, all night. It's me and you, baby, gone till the sunrise. All night, all night. It's me and you, baby, gone till the sunrise. All night, all night. Let's live it up, baby, only got one life.
Thank you guys so much. We love you guys. Thank you guys for all your energy. One more time, make some noise. I want to thank everybody that made this event happen. You know, I want to thank all the elders for being present here. You guys are amazing. All the youth, all the communities. This is the most beautiful gathering that I've seen in such a long time. So thank you guys so much. So let's make some noise for everybody involved in making this happen. Thank you guys.
Got you. I'm gonna do a twister real quick. Hoo-ja! Pacha, pacha, pacha! Bring it in. What's up, brother? Bring it in. Good to have you out.
Hello. So the day is done for the day. Go and see your chaperones and the community that you came with. Thank you all for being troopers today. It was a long day. Get a good night's rest, and we'll see you guys tomorrow morning.
set? Yeah, I'm gonna ready to sing. Yeah.
None other than Mr. Patrick.
Test, test. Mic check, mic check, mic check.
No, but you can find my sign for noise. But I don't have anything. If we don't, there's nothing here too.
Oh, wait. There we go. How's it go?
Glistening like a donut right now.
Let me take off this thing here.
Put a snap filter on me.
Yeah. What up, guys? Powwow Times. Mamui Awasa Society. Patrick Mitzing here with the one, the only Brett Muswa. Amazing story. I loved what you talked about, your journey, being sober, transitioning. What I want to talk about is how, you naturally transitioned into opportunities that kind of came your way. First year in, go ahead and sign that. So I'll tell people online, first he was, found an opportunity through COVID where you realize, our people love to laugh, that was medicine. And then that led into, building your social media, that led into, modeling and movies and stuff like that. How important is it for, the youth as they're learning skills to be open to opportunities that come their way that they might not think they're ready for?
Yeah, I think it's really it starts with us first and foremost, right? So that's one thing that I realized for myself is that if I want to see change, I have to be the change too, right? So that was the first thing that I had to realize for myself was that, okay, well, if I want my community to be better, or if I want them to be inspired by anything, that inspiration needs to start with myself first, right? So to do things that actively challenge me. So speaking is something that I really had to overcome for myself. It helped me overcome my stutter, which is like a miracle for just for me to be talking now, bro. This used to be really hard to do. So the fact that everything that I've done for myself, which is accepting that challenge, embracing that challenge, even though you're scared and frightened, and we all are, right? It's just a natural thing to experience. So, but just because we experience those feelings, that doesn't mean we have to let it hinder our ability to chase the dreams that we have. So I just realized for myself, I was like, okay, I want to be that difference. I'm going to showcase that difference in myself, and it'll inspire others. And as you can see, just speaking and sharing your story, and just getting into outlets like music and too, right? Everything about it is just it's for each and every single one of us, and that's including ourselves.
That's beautiful. And how did you, I really think it's important to put yourself out there, especially if you have a talent and skill, especially if you find out that talent and skill, that what it is. And for you, it was originally your voice and your acting, and you talked about cadence in your voice, How did were you shy when you first went like this with your camera and your phone? How did you get over that, and how did you just said, the heck with it, I'm just gonna make these videos?
Yeah, if I'm being perfectly honest, I've never really been scared because it's just been me, like in my house, right? So if there's nothing to be scared of if it's just you ridiculing your self and everything. And one thing that I realized with myself is that I'm okay in my own skin, right? So even if I put out a video, I'm not scared to see comments that are disregarding my ability to heal through laughter, right? So it's for me, it's never really been a challenge, because even before I got into making videos, I already prepared myself ahead of time that, okay, people are obviously not gonna they're gonna feel some type of way about my content, and it comes with the territory, but it's all about preparation and preparing to hear things that you probably heard growing up all of your life, which most of us have, right? So I just realized, okay, there's only so many people that you can change their minds about what you're doing, right? So I just kept on yeah, I've never really been scared on like that aspect. The only challenging thing for me was the speaking part, and like, because once I started to get like a name for myself, and people kept, hey Brett, let's come out to my community. I want to hear more of your story, and so that was a challenging part for like me. I was like, geez, I don't know how to tell my story in the way I would like to, because like again, I was overcoming that stutter, right? But just doing this constantly, this was the challenge for like me. So I had just always pushed this, even though I stuttered throughout like probably the first 2 years of speaking. This was the challenge, and so I just realized, okay, if I want to overcome it, I have to continually embrace telling my story, even though sometimes it can sound a little messed up and like everything, because I always tell my story as authentically as I possibly can, because we all deserve honesty, right? So I just like, I want to be real everywhere that I go, because I know that's being real. It's going to help our people to open up and be real with themselves, so that they can be real with everybody else, right? So
Well, you answered my other questions. I was gonna ask within that, so that was amazing. I just want to let you know that you did great on the mic, telling your story, and that's awesome. And that I was gonna ask you about how do you go and challenge your challenges, and you did that today. And so right on, congratulations, man. You did amazing. I love what you're doing. I'm proud of you. And you guys follow him. We did put his social media up. I'll put it up one more time here. You guys follow him on social media right here on TikTok, and millions of views. And we'll see you tomorrow, right?
yeah, bro. Yeah. Well, see us. I'm gonna be doing some workshops with the youth tomorrow, so we're gonna get down into like the nitty gritty, because like what we've been doing up here, it's just like the tip of the iceberg, right? Like it's just we're just touching base on some of the things that we've been doing. But to get one thing that I have been always willing to accept is that talking about your pain and traumas as well as your success, it helps, right? So either or. And so like I do both of those things. I implement my traumas and pain, because it helps me overcome it too, as you tell it, right? So yeah, that's it's gonna be another beautiful day, and I'm just excited to looking forward to everybody that shows up tomorrow. Yeah.
Love it so much. You guys put some love in the comments for Brett Mouswa. He's actually my cousin from Makwasagagan First Nation. So yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, guys, on all our workshops, man. See you again. Right on, bro. All right. So before we let go, I'm gonna get my brother Ogama Astam. Before we end, where I'm gonna get the man put on an amazing show today, and showing his, telling his story, inspired me a lot. Hearing your story, brother, and just watching your path, your clothing company, your music, your speaking, you got a lot of things going on, and you told most of it during the story. And of what you talked in front of the youth. Everyone's seen it online. If you guys didn't, rewind a little bit. This guy's an amazing man doing amazing things. How do you get the confidence, the time to do all the amazing things you're doing?
Oh man, unfortunately I'm a man of just going with the flow and just trusting that Creator's just gonna make everything work out. And honestly, it's just when you lead in a good frequency, high frequency, good energy every day, everything just works out beautifully. And I'm just blessed to be able to have that happen with me with everything in my journey. I just crammed so much into with the little time that I had, but everything always worked out. And I honestly just believe it's just because I put good energy into everything that I do, and it just, you get blessed, you get rewarded. The universe feels that energy, so it's like, okay, we got you. So
yeah, man, I felt that everything that you were saying, your music, you could feel something deeper than just the words you were saying, And I guess one thing I wanted to say, because I feel like, you come to a group like this at a conference, or even the people who are watching, they're talented, they could sing, they could craft, they could dance, but somewhere inside of them is telling them that they're not good enough, or that there's not space for them out there. What is some advice you can give those that were in your position maybe like 10 years ago to like being where you're at now? Because you've already been through that journey. You opened these doors. You kind of know the formula on how to do it. What would you say to some of these youth who are sitting on their skills and their talents that they're not showing the world who they truly are?
oh man, just start. honestly, just taking those just starting is just so important. And once you start, you're gonna find your flow. You're gonna find the way that works for you. And unfortunately, there are gonna be a lot of people that are gonna doubt you. They're gonna try bring you down. But I was able to tap into a way to use that as motivation. When somebody doubted me, I was more eager to say, you know what, I'm gonna prove you wrong. And unfortunately, that is still a little bit toxic in a way, but in a way you could use it in a healthy way too. And that's what I do when somebody is sending me good energy or bad energy. I'm praying for them, but at the same time, I'm saying I'm gonna use this negative energy you're giving me, and I'm gonna turn it into a positive, and it's gonna drive me. It's gonna be my force. It's gonna be my motivator, and that's what I did with speaking with the clothing brand. A lot of people said that's not gonna happen, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna make it happen, and I put a lot of that good energy right into it. And this is the only thing that mattered was that I just started. Once you start, that's your beginning. That is where your story is beginning. So that's all that matters. So block out all the noise, and then just begin.
Man, I absolutely love that. Before we get going and let everyone have a good night, I read on your guys' bio outside, it said Cycle Breaker Initiative. Tell me a little bit about that and what that means to you.
I came into this world, and I learned these behaviors, these cycles that aren't mine. My parents had them, and they were passing them through generations. And you realize some of these cycles that we have, they don't benefit us in any way. My alcoholism, the way that I was angry and reactive, that was me, taking on cycles that weren't mine. And it's about realizing and analyzing these cycles, knowing what they are, holding yourself accountable, and being able to, recognize, but also break that cycle and create a new one. I'm about creating new cycles and behaviors that are going to benefit me, and most importantly, going to benefit my family. We can rewire our brains and just realize that we can be the change, that we can change, we can rewire in a good way and create new behaviors that you're going to be able to use in a good way. And that's what we do. It's about breaking those cycles, and that's what we get to do, to go to every community and show them that it's possible. We have these cycles that aren't ours, but we are breaking them, and you see it in communities from young to old. And it's a beautiful thing, because a lot of people are holding themselves accountable now, and they're recognizing, and I really believe in accountability when it comes to our healing. And man, it allows us to break those cycles, man. Cycle Breakers Initiative.
Love it, man. Thank you for today. Thank you for sharing your story, your words, your music, your talent. Again, guys, I have his Okamau_official. Go and check out all his social media. Go pay for his music. Go patronize him. Go buy Okamau clothing. An awesome warrior who's kind of leading the way for all of us men out there, Indigenous men, Indigenous warriors. Thank you so much, brother.
Yeah, my bro. Much love.
Much love, brother.